Look what I found. A leftover coin from Mexico. Okay guys, so how many times have you been in this exact situation right now? You know you got vacation, you've been prolonging packing your bags, and your plane leaves tomorrow or within the next 24 hours, just like me right now, and you don't really know exactly what you need to take, but you also don't want to end up missing anything on your way there. Then I would say that you have definitely came to the right place, because today we're going to be talking about how to travel for a vacation. I just so happen to be going to Cancun, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay guys, so the first thing you're going to want to do that's going to really speed up this process and make it better for you is to lay out all the things that you know you're going to need while you're on vacation before you even put them in your bag. You know, so whatever you're using to pack, whether you're on the floor or you're on the bed, me, I'm going to be using the bed. I'm going to just kind of spread out all of my clothes, my toiletries, the things that I need while I'm out on vacation. Me, I'm gonna be out in the wilderness a lot, so I'm gonna make sure I get things like my water bottles and all that type of stuff, just everything organized before I even put it in my bag. Okay guys, so after organizing all of your stuff that you're gonna be putting into your suitcase, here's another tip for being able to fit everything, because you're probably gonna have a nice amount like I do. I didn't even realize I even had this many things that I was gonna be bringing with me. I clearly can see, all right, this might be a little too much, or it might not be enough. After being a soldier for 6 years in the military, one thing that I definitely did take away from being a soldier is how to pack for trips and how to be able to conserve as much space as possible. So one of my favorite techniques for being able to fit everything into my luggage is by grabbing each item and rolling them. When you roll your clothes, it's a lot easier to stuff them into cracks and use up all the space that you need to, other than just throwing them in there. You definitely don't want to just throw your clothes in there, because all the air pockets and stuff will just create more volume and you'll run out of space. Hey guys, so let's start off with a pair of jeans. When it comes to jeans, the way I like to fold my jeans or roll them up is I lay them flat, like in half. Fold them in half. I start from the bottom part of the jean and I start to slowly roll up on the jeans and kind of pull them in so I can make them nice and tight as I'm rolling them. When you're done, you should have something that's pretty similar to this, so you can put it in your suitcase. When it's time to put your clothes in your suitcase, I don't just like throw them in there or just put them in the middle. I usually kind of start towards the back, because this is the bottom of the suitcase. I kind of pack all my stuff to be on the bottom, because the majority of the way I'm going to actually be lugging this thing around is by upright, and I want everything that I pack to kind of just sit on top of each other real nice and neat and keep it secure. So that's going to be my first item, and I'm going to keep loading all my jeans, stacking them up that way. Once again, just to be clear, I start at the bottom, I get a nice firm grip, kind of like pull it and fold it, and I start my first folding roll. I just kind of like fold and roll at the same time. Just keep rolling it, inching it down so it's nice and tight. It'll start to get thicker. Let's try to keep it kind of like as centered as possible. Keep rolling, keeping it nice and firm. And that's another roll jean. Put it right there on top of that one, nice and secure. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my jeans, put them in my suitcase, and then I'm gonna show you how I start on my shirts and how I roll those and stack those next. So what I like to do with my shirts is, you know, of course, if they're laying flat, I'll take them, fold them in half, kind of roll this side over, and it's pretty much the same thing all over again, the same way we did the pants. We just go from the bottom, like a first fold, and start getting a nice roll going by pulling it in as we tuck. Looks like we're tucking and rolling all the way to the top. And now you have a nice little shirt ready to go in your luggage. Now, depending on what type of items that you have in your luggage that you're going to be packing later on, just keep aware or in mind like how big and how long those items are, because on the side of your luggage you'll start to realize that you have space for extra things that are kind of like long shape that you can't shrink down. Things like a tripod I'll put over here, or water bottles that don't collapse. Things that are just kind of awkwardly shaped that are long, I kind of leave a slit on the side to be able to put those things over here. So I'm gonna start. So when it comes to this shirt, I'm gonna continue to put it over here, stacked on top of my jeans. Since I have all my jeans now stacked, I kind of did like a double row effect at the bottom, and I'm going to continue to stack my shirts on this side. And then later on, when I put my tripod here, if I need to reorganize, I might want to put some cushion around my tripod by using shirts or other items that I have in my luggage, because things are going to get banged around when they're on the plane, or just getting put on the plane and everything. Finished doing the rest of my shirts. Same thing. I just grab from the middle up top, the middle and the bottom, flip it on the side, and I kind of just fold this over one time, and then start from the bottom, make a fold, and just kind of like start scrunching it together while I'm rolling it. And it doesn't take that long to even do this. Like, I mean, that took a few seconds. Stack it over there, grab another shirt. So one thing I like about this style of like packing is like I said earlier, it doesn't take long to do this. So if you're in a rush and you're really trying to get to the airport quick and you want to save room and pack as much as you can, this is probably one of the best ways to pack your stuff. I would never recommend just like throwing all of your stuff in your suitcase. That's probably like always the worst way to do it. Just being honest. You'll probably not really have that many things with you. And you'll probably end up forgetting something if you're rushing like that. Okay, underwear is obviously self-explanatory as well. Fold it in half. I mean, you get the gist of it, guys. You want to keep folding everything in half to make it easier, a smaller roll. So when you do roll everything together, it's nice and neat, small, and you can tuck it in wherever you need to tuck it into. Okay, so now that I'm like halfway through packing my clothes, I want to go ahead and also start checking off the list for some of my toiletry items, like my toothbrush, soap, deodorant, stuff like that. I want to make sure I'm putting them in like all the nooks and crannies of my suitcase before I completely finish packing it, because it just makes it that much easier to make sure those things are like secure and snug. Because I also plan on checking this bag in at the airport, and one thing about after they check your bag in is they handle your bag pretty rough. You might not be aware of it, but they definitely do. So you just want to make sure you don't have anything in there that could crack or spill or get messy or mess up in your bag because it wasn't tightly secured in. And I like to use my clothes to kind of like secure things down. Alright, so one thing that I really like to do is I like to put things that I know are going to be like my go-to items that I'm probably going to use when I first get to the hotel in this little mesh wiring here when I first get to my hotel. And of course, I'm probably going to get some deodorant, put that in there because, you know what I'm saying, it's gotta be fresh. It's probably gonna be hot in Cancun. My toothbrush, I usually put that in there as well. I also have this like phone case that I really like a lot. I really like this phone case because I get twice the battery length whenever it comes to putting my phone in it. As you can see, there's like a little charging part right here that's built into the case. And on the back, you can hit a button whenever you're ready to charge your phone, and it just lets you know how many dots you have left. I need to charge it, but it's kind of like a portable charger at the same time. It's a phone case. I really like this thing. But yeah, I like to also store that in here as well because I'm probably not going to use it while I'm at the airport and stuff like that. Also, I know this might not be specifically like a no-brainer, but you definitely might want to roll your belts up and not just like throw them in there loose. Now me, clearly I'm a content creator, as you guys can see. You're watching one of my videos right now, and I always try to bring my gimbal with me. I like the Moza Aircross 2 because it's pretty small and it also packs a punch. It can carry heavy cameras like my Blackmagic, which I'm not going to be bringing on this trip, but it can also hold my Lumix G7, which is the camera I'm using to record this video on right now. And it's not that heavy. I can carry it wherever I'm going, whether we're going up a mountain or hiking or something, or whatever we're going to be doing, visiting cenotes or whatever in Mexico. I want to be able to have that stable footage that keeps you guys watching. So I'm going to place this in here in that nook that I told you guys that I was saving for. Now this thing is not designed to just be placed in random locations like this that aren't secured. It does come with a case, but I am trying to pack and be minimalistic about my approach to going on this trip. I'm going to place this just right here in this little nook and cranny, and later on as I continue to pack more of my stuff, I'm going to kind of fill in these spaces with my clothing items to make sure it's nice and secure in here like it was in a case. I've done this plenty of times. I've never had any issues with my gimbal, so just want to give you guys a heads up. You know, I do know this is a little risky, but it works for me. Alright, so I do have some bandanas that I'm also probably going to be wearing on the trip. So I'm going to go ahead and start using that space that I was telling you about now and start to kind of like build a cushion around the gimbal right now. One thing about shoes, especially like the ones I wear, they're usually really comfortable and flexible. I love shoes like these for outdoor hiking and running and just stylish wear. These are the black Huaraches. They were given to me as a gift, I think, for Christmas from my girlfriend. I'm going to use them also to like give my gimbal some cushion and also just kind of be a little bit more protected. So I'm going to kind of like mush these in. It's not going to damage the shoe. It's very flexible. There's no like type of hard anything in here. It's all kind of like a mesh material, similar to like basketball shorts or something like that. I'm going to kind of push that in and slide them up against my gimbal, so I know it's nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. And I might use the other pair as well to just kind of get into those areas where I really wanted to be nice and secure. And because I folded my jeans the way I folded them, there's as you can see, nothing's moving. It's nice and tight and compacted, and everything feels secure. Okay guys, real quick, let's talk about some things that you don't want to put in your suitcase, because these are items that you need, you know, just readily available at all times, and you don't want to be like out of luck because you're like, oh dang, I don't know why I put that in my suitcase. And one main thing I would say is, you know, like your phone charger. Don't leave your phone charger in your suitcase, because you're gonna probably find yourself stopping somewhere real quick to end up buying another charger when you could have saved money by just putting it in like your backpack or whatever item that you're probably carrying with you on the plane or just around. Like me, I'm gonna have a backpack with me when I'm on a plane and just everywhere I go. Even whenever I'm like get to my hotel and I leave, I'm probably gonna have some type of small bag that I'm carrying all my little like knickknacks that I need, like chargers and stuff in. So don't put your chargers in there. Also, another thing I would like to say about your suitcase is you don't want to put anything like crazy expensive in there unless it's a big item. Like with me being a videographer, it's easy to put like a really big expensive camera in there. But honestly, whenever I'm traveling like this, unless it's like really paid work, I don't really like to bring my big, crazy, expensive cameras. For example, I'm not bringing this beast like I did last time, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K camera. I bought it with me to Cancun last time, and I made some pretty good videos, but it was just a hassle to always be worried about, you know, where is this thing at, and nervous that someone would probably open my bag and be like, oh, let me snatch the camera. Just don't do it. And on top of that, it's heavy. It's a lot easier to bring something like a Lumix G7, a lighter camera that still gives you good quality, and it takes pictures. And another thing I would say, don't put your laptop in there, because once again, your suitcase gets thrown around, gets knocked around, and then they also do like random inspections depending on what airport you're going to or whatever they're looking for that tips them off as a suspicious thing. They might just open your suitcase to be able to look inside and see what's going on. And if your laptop's right there, I mean, I don't know the integrity of the employees, or, you know, if they even care about their job at the time, but I don't want to be out of luck because someone stole my laptop. And even if I was to get it replaced, I can't replace the things that are on my laptop. These are really important files for me, especially like client work and stuff like that. Not to mention, I don't want the screen to be cracked because someone threw my luggage on a conveyor belt or some type of cart, and it was underneath a bunch of other suitcases, and it just, all the compression ended up cracking it. It's just so many things that can happen, y'all. So just don't put your laptop in your luggage. Make sure you have a backpack that's big enough. If you're gonna bring it with you, make sure you have a backpack that's big enough to just slide it in all the way until you get to your hotel. Okay guys, well that's about it. I know there's probably some things I probably left out, but this is the first time I ever did like a how to pack your bag type of video. I really want to get more into like doing travel videos on this channel, because that is something that I already do, and I just want to start recording more and giving you guys more tips on how to do stuff like that. So hope you guys learned something from the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. I'm actually catching my flight in less than 24 hours. I'll be catching a flight to Cancun, Mexico in the morning. So there's gonna be a lot more footage and a lot more tips and tricks I'm gonna teach you guys while I'm on my trip. This is my vacation, but I'm kind of working by sharing it with you guys at the same time. But either way, I hope you guys have a great day. Appreciate you for tuning into the video, and I'll see you guys later on. Peace.